Hi guys, welcome to Titostutor, your math pedagogue. In today's video, we're going to continue with our common entrance series. We have 5 questions to solve today to help us prepare for our entrance exam into year 7. First question. 3 years ago, a woman was 3 times as old as her daughter. Their total age now is 46 years. How old was the daughter 3 years ago? So, to solve a question like this, you must start with both ages 3 years ago. So, let's start by saying 3 years ago, right? Start with the woman's age, then daughter on the other side. But it says that the woman was 3 times older, so that means the daughter was younger, right? So start with the daughter's age. Always start with the smaller one. Say to yourself, let the age of the daughter 3 years ago be X years old. That means the woman will be 3 times X years old, which is 3x. Okay, now this is 3 years ago, but what about today? So now the woman is going to be 3x plus 3, because 3 years have passed, right? And the daughter will be x years plus 3 as well. So you add 3 years to their ages to give you the age they are today. And the question says that the sum of their age now, that means I'm going to add these 2 ages together, is equal to 46. Can you see? I have written an algebraic equation, and once I solve the algebraic equation, it gives me what x is, and x is the age of the daughter 3 years ago. And that's exactly what the question is asking me. How old was the daughter 3 years ago? X. Okay, so let's solve this algebraic equation. Collect like terms. 3x plus x gives me 4x, plus 3 gives me 6, and this is equal to 46. So I have 4x plus 6 is equal to 46. Let's keep going. I'm going to take the 6 to the other side, so it becomes minus 6. So I have 4x is equal to 46 minus 6. 4x is equal to 40. So I'm going to divide both sides by 4 so that my x can stand on its own. 4 cancels 4, and 4 here 1, 4 here 10. That means the daughter was 10 years old 3 years ago. And I am done. Here's our second question. It says a train leaves Lagos at 7:30 a.m. for Kaduna. The journey took 11 hours 40 minutes. What time did the train arrive Kaduna? Okay, so I'm going to start by saying my 7:30 in 24-hour clock, not a.m., just 7:30 in the morning, right? So that when I add 11 hours 40 minutes to it, it gives me the time in 24 hours. Then I can now convert it to 12-hour clock. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's start. To know the time it gets them is to add the time it took for the journey to be complete, which is 11:40. Okay, so we're going to add 11:40 to 11 to 7:30. So 30 plus 40 is 70. And you know 70 is too much to be in the minute place because there are 60 minutes in an hour. So I'm going to subtract 1 hour for a minute, which is 60 minutes. It gives me 10. So here I'm left with 10 minutes, right? And plus 1 here because I took out 1 hour, right? So I have 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 11 is 19. So it is 19th hour of the 24 o'clock and 10 minutes, right? So if you want to convert that back to AM, because the one you answer in AM or PM, 19 o'clock is actually 7 p.m., right? So your final answer will be 7:10 p.m. and you're done. Here's our third question for this video, and it says 5 laborers can clear a field in 12 days. How long will it take 8 laborers working at the same rate to clear that same field, right? So immediately you see a question like this, laborers and days, you know it's a proportion question. But anytime you see a proportion question, you need to first ask yourself, is it direct proportion or indirect proportion? Because if it's direct, you only cross multiply and you get your answer, right? But if it is indirect, you first put the first proportion equal to the inverse of the second proportion. And don't forget, arrange your laborers under laborers, arrange your days under days. Remember, 5 laborers is 12 days. So you go 5 laborers gives you do the work in 12 days. Now 8 laborers, they want you to find 8 laborer working at the same rate. We do it in X days because that's what I'm looking for. I decide to put it as X. So we have arranged, we have done 5 laborers 8 days, 12 laborers X days, laborers under laborers, days under days. So it is same proportion equal to same proportion. It's time to ask, is it direct or indirect? And here's how to know. When you have 5 men doing something and they do it in 12 days and you increase the amount of men to 8, do you think the number of days will increase or reduce? Definitely more hands are on deck, so the number of days will reduce. More men, less days. That's an indirect relationship. So immediately you know that is an indirect proportion. In indirect proportion, it is usually first ratio is equal to the inverse, x over 12. 5 over 8 equal to x over 12 before you cross multiply. Keep and flip this before you cross multiply. X times 8 will give you 8x, right? 5 times 12 will give you 60. So you do over 8 over 8. So 60 over 8 gives you the amount of days it will take them to finish the work. And 60 divided by 8 is 7.5 days. And they will be done doing the work in 7.5 days. 5 laborers, 12 days. 8 laborers, days reduced to 7.5. And you're done. Okay, number 4 question. It says, increase 3,000 by 3%. Increase means find 3% of 3,000 and then add it to 3,000. That's what it means. Find 3% of 3,000 and add it to 3,000. So 3% means 3 over 100. Of is multiplication, 3,000. 1 0 cancels 1 0. Another 0 cancels this 0. I'm left with 3 times 3 is 9 and the 0. So 3% of 3,000 is 90. So I add that 90 to my 3,000. And my final answer is 3,090. 3,000 has been increased by 3%, and that's it. Here's our last question for this video. If you're still watching till now, I want to say a big thank you to you. Don't forget to subscribe, like my video, share with anyone you think will need it, and don't forget to turn on my notification so you don't miss any math video from me. Thank you. All right, so let's solve this question. As soon as you see it, 100 square minus 99 square, you'll be like, how am I supposed to do 100 square? That will give me 10,000. And then 99 square, 99 times 10, 99. Then when I'm done, I'll now subtract the two values and I get my final answer. No, don't do that. Just know that in math, there's something called difference of two squares. This is a square, this is a square, and I'm finding their difference because subtraction means difference, right? Difference means subtraction. So there's something called difference of two squares. Whenever I see difference of two squares, I just open two brackets, right? In one of it, I add up the two numbers. And in the other one, I subtract the two numbers. Then, as soon as I'm done, I multiply them because bracket means multiplication, right? So 100 plus 199. 100 plus 99, gives you 199 in bracket, right? And 100 minus 99 is just 1. Then you multiply these two. 199 times 1 is 199. And you are done. Simple and straightforward. Knowing the rules in math, applying them makes your work easy. Thank you for watching.